Today I want to do an unboxing and overview of an optic I'm actually very excited to have here on the channel. I'm Dustin and you're watching Guns of the West. So this is the Eweima tactical rifle scope, and I hope I'm pronouncing Eweima correctly. That's what I'll call it anyway. And this one, I wish you all knew how many scopes I turn down. I get offered scopes from manufacturers and Amazon sellers all the time, and as you know, I've reviewed a few of them, done some unboxings on some, and even gone out and done some shooting testing with others. But now, excuse me, I turn down most of them just because there are just so many, and most of them are just budget scopes. But this one I'm really excited about. It's not just a cheap scope. This has a list price on Amazon of about $300. I believe it's on sale at the time of this recording for about $190, give or take a few dollars. And it has some features that really caught my eye. And just for full disclosure, it was sent to me for the purpose of this review. I did not purchase it, but the features it has, 3 of them are listed right here on the box. One, 44mm objective lens. A lot of scopes, especially the ones that are sent out to me for review, are 40. This will let in some more light. The big thing though, first focal plane. If you're not familiar with what that means, I'll get to that in this video. It's an MOA reticle, but the other feature I really like, 30mm tube. I have 1-inch tube scopes, 30mm tube scopes, and I love the 30mm because, again, a little more light through the tube, but also more turret travel, which is especially good if you're dialing for shots. So let's go ahead and cut into the box here. Just a couple pieces of tape to get through. All right, and we'll take a look at what it comes with. Well, the first thing that jumps out at me as I open the box is a sunshade. It's not too common that scopes come with these, and that's actually feels like aluminum. I believe the whole thing is nice quality aluminum. But a nice sunshade that comes with it. I love those. We do a lot of like prairie dog hunting, and sometimes it's first light or last light of the day and the sun is low in the sky. So it's really nice to have a sunshade to keep glare off the lenses. What do we got in here? A manual for the scope and some cleaning wipes, stuff you normally get. Now let's have a look at it. I'm already impressed just by the weight of it. It's definitely pretty solid. Nice rubberized, I believe, silicone scope caps. That's better than the flimsy plastic see-through ones that usually come on these Amazon scopes. Those are fitted very nicely to this also. Well, there it is. There's that 44mm objective. Take a look through there. I'll give you a better look a little later in the video so you can actually see the reticle. Has side focus parallax adjustment. Now, I'm not 100% sure yet what rifle this is going to live on. For the test, I may put it on a AR-15, or I may even put it on an air rifle because I'm leaning toward permanently using it on an air rifle. Not a cheap quality like multi-pump, but a nice PCP, good, accurate, consistent air rifle. The parallax goes down to, looks like 20 yards and all the way up to infinity. Let's see, bring it down. I believe 20 is where it stops. Yeah, maybe a little closer range than 20, and then up to, by the way, that turns very smooth, to 500 and beyond, out to infinity. The turrets, I like that they're exposed like this so that you can make your adjustments and dial for shots. And by the way, that sounded good. Let me bring that up closer. Those are nice clicks. There is a little bit of play between the clicks. It's not bad, but there's just a little bit, but the clicks are nice and very audible, as you can hear. That's the elevation adjustment. This is windage. And a nice feature that this has, one of the other features that caught my eye, is this screw slot here. If you pull that out, you can pop this off and reset to 0. So for example, like right now it's on 0. If I go out and I realize it's shooting off, and so I have to make an adjustment to about, let's say there, and then that becomes where it's zeroed, well then I can pop this off and turn it and put it back on where the 0 is. So where the gun really is zeroed will say 0. And you can do the same thing here on the windage one. Up here is your magnification adjustment. Also turns very smooth, 4 power up to 16 power magnification. It's got this adjustable eyepiece for quick focus. That's the one, if you're not familiar, you can point this up at the sky or just a blank background and you can adjust this to get a clear reticle, and then you make your adjustments here to adjust the target and get the parallax right. Well, now that you've seen the scope, and I'm impressed with it, let's see how it looks with the sunshade on. See if I can line the threads up before I tighten it down. Oh, let's see here. There it goes. Just like that. Definitely adds some length and a little bit of weight, but not a lot. And for the benefit you get with the sunshade, I think it's worth having it on there for sure. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the reticle. So here's a look through the scope at the reticle. And it's a very nice, well-marked reticle, and it is an MOA reticle, so it matches the adjustments on the turrets. So the markings you see on here correspond. So when you're zeroing the gun, if it hits, say, to the right 4, and therefore needs to come to the left, well, then you just dial it 4 MOA. So it corresponds very nicely. And I mentioned earlier, this is a first focal plane scope. And if you don't know what that means, I'll explain it this way. On a second focal plane scope, which most of mine are, if I were to decrease the magnification, this is turned all the way up to 16 power, but if I decreased it, the reticle would look exactly the same at every magnification. Well, it has its true values settings at the highest magnification. So in this case, you look at the numbers on there. Let's say look at 4 up from the crosshair, or the dot where the crosshair would be. If I decrease the magnification by half, they turn it down to 8. Well, that's now going to be worth 8 MOA because the size of the reticle didn't change, but the magnification was cut in half. But on a first focal plane, you don't have to worry about keeping track of all that or doing math, because as I decrease magnification, watch this. The reticle decreases with it, so the values of those numbers always stay the same. There it is all the way down to 4, the lowest setting, and it becomes very fine. You almost can't even see the numbers anymore. But as I increase it, the reticle increases with it, and this is turning very smoothly, by the way. I'm extremely impressed so far with the build of this scope. So now you know the difference between a second focal plane and a first focal plane. And again, this one is very well marked. It does have what some people call the Christmas tree display on it. You can see going down there from the center. Normally I don't like those, but on this one it's very fine, and so it's not really busy and standing out in the way of the target. And what I like is, if I'm shooting up close, I'm probably not on full magnification, and when I decrease magnification, I almost can't even see it, so it's not cluttery at all. This is a very nice reticle and very smooth adjustment. While I'm on the subject of adjusting the magnification, I want to show another feature that this scope has. I can unscrew this plug in the adjustment ring. I'll just take that all the way out, and I can replace it with this throw lever, which was included with the scope. Put that on there, and now I have a really fast way to get a good grip on that and make adjustments without having to reach up and grip the whole ring. Just a very nice, easy throw lever. So there you have it, the Eweima Tactical 4-16 by 44 rifle scope. As I said, I'm very excited to have this one on the channel. Big thanks to Eweima for sending it out. I really appreciate it. I will go ahead and get it out to the range, so make sure if you're not subscribed to the channel already that you hit that subscribe button so you can be here. I'll get a rifle to choose and put this on, and we'll get out and we'll do tracking testing on it and see how it holds zero. I hope you enjoyed this. Be sure to click the like button, and again, subscribe to the channel for more videos. And if you look in the description, you'll see where to find me on social media, as well as where to find great Guns of the West products. Thank you so much for watching.